Welcome everybody to tonight's broadcast here on the eSports Racing Network. My name is Thomas Brandon. In the booth with me tonight, as well now always, is my man Bryce Barris. This is the National Auto Racing Club Bragging Rights Series presented by Garmin Properties, as tonight these drivers will be taking on the Chili Bowl in the USAC Dirt Midgets. Bryce, we both ran here. This is a tough track, tight racing. What do you think is going to be the keys to victory in tonight's race?
Oh man, just staying out of trouble. This track is so easy to get together with somebody and ruin your night. Really easy.
Yeah, absolutely. If you can stay clean, especially if you can get up front, that's going to be key. Qualifying is going to be super important tonight. Being able to get out front and not have to deal with traffic is going to be really important. So cars are running in the track right now, as we've got a really big announcement for the Bragging Rights series. So it's been kind of on the hush here the first 5 weeks, but we just had an announcement by the primary sponsor of the series, Garmin Properties, that there's a purse that has been put up for the points payout and the race payout, with the purse for the Bragging Rights League. The series champion will be eligible for a $50 purse, with a random $20 purse going to a driver in points positions 2 through 5, and then a random $20 for driver in points position 6 through 10. And then also, additionally, each race moving forward will have a purse of at least $20, with the criteria to earn the purse announced during each event. And drivers must have a minimum of 6 races completed in the league to earn any purse. So Garmin Properties putting this on, and obviously really cool to be able to reward the drivers who are in the series, especially those who have been running it every week. and participating in it. So really, really cool news for everybody who's in the series. And obviously, anytime you can put up any money, whether it's $1 or $100, that's really, really cool. So just gotta, you want to be guaranteed that purse money, you need to make sure that you obviously win the championship, and then if you can get into the top 10, you can put yourself in position to walk away with at least 20 bucks, which is pretty cool considering that there's no entry fee for it. So that's the big announcement for tonight. We'll obviously be talking more about that in the coming weeks, as I believe I'll be doing the drawings for for the stuff. So at least I think so. So yeah. Anyways, so hot laps is going on. We'll be switching over here to qualifying relatively soon, I would imagine, once they get the track run in. We've got, it looks like 20 drivers tonight. So we should have a full feature on the track, which is 20 drivers at this track is definitely a lot. So stick around. It should be exciting.
Does this track take a long time to suck off the Midgets?
Actually, it doesn't. You know, the track wears in pretty quickly normally. Even when they run the special events here, the Chili Bowl and stuff like that, they usually do a reset before the feature because it can slick off pretty quickly. You can see right now that there's already some slick forming through the middle of the track. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on, because this track does change quite a bit throughout the race, and makes it interesting, because the track's tough enough to drive in traffic when it's tacky, let alone when it's slicked off. So should be exciting.
I think the last time I ran Midgets here, we were under caution more than we were racing.
Yeah, I ran the Chili Bowl qualifier, and I was the last car in the top split, and I actually made the feature and was shaping up to put myself in a pretty decent position. It was an outside chance, but a chance to actually make the final 60 show for that, that Saturday, and unfortunately got wrecked. But yeah, that happens. That's the Chili Bowl. So
And
all
that's
right.
the Chili Bowl in real life too.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. Except they have 360 drivers that show up. So qualifying is now underway as James Tiernan hits the track. Definitely one of the favorites to get the win tonight, as he is one of the best midget and non-wing drivers on the sim. As he takes the green for lap number 1. Right on the bottom, that left front wheel on the berm, as he sets quick time with a 10.37 for James Tiernan. At lap number 2 at a 10.39, so that'll put him a tenth of a second ahead of Ryan Avila, who is now currently in second place on the timing sheet, and Braden Eiler, who is now third on the timing sheet. So qualifying almost done. It looks like we got one more left to go. Trevor Royer with his first lap at 11.12. Lap number 2 for Royer. That'll move him up the timesheets into the 5th position with a 10.58. So good lap for Royer there on the second lap, moving into the top 5. All right, so all right, that didn't take long. For our overlay to stop working. So we're off to a good start. Once again, I would like to personally thank SDK Overlay for the overlay that has, if you've been joining us, worked so well during these broadcasts. There's one thing you can say, poof, they are consistent. All right, so qualifying's in the bag. I'm going to be going over to the heat races here in just a moment.
Doesn't look like they're doing any invert for the season.
No, I believe it's going to be straight up tonight.
It's gonna put Tiernan out in front, and
yes, it will.
One of the races you don't want him out there.
Nope. So heat race number 1 now on track as they're getting ready to start, and it looks like we're going to have 4 heat races tonight. 5 cars in each heat race. Everybody should be going to the feature. I believe it'll be a 20-car feature, and we've got 20 cars in the server. So on the pole with quick time tonight is James Tiernan. Outside of Tiernan is going to be Trevor Royer. Then we've got in row number 2 Greg Keppel and Matthew Mateer, and then in the 5th position is going to be Ryan Wagenschutz. So
it's gonna be hard to pick against Tiernan in this one, but Royer's been fast lately.
yeah, he has been fast. Royer, another driver who's very good in the midgets and the non-wing sprint cars, so we'll have to see if he can challenge Tiernan
green flag.
up front. And we are underway as Tiernan got a really good jump there, as Royer had some trouble there pushing up the track, but is able to fight back as Mateer looked to the inside, and he had some trouble getting his car turned. So these cars definitely hooked up as they're trying to get some heat into the tires so that things will actually turn the corner. Mateer sporting the T-Mez paint job, which is always a good look. Can't go wrong with that as he's looking to the inside of Royer. Royer now cuts down to the middle, blocking it as he now pulls away from Mateer for that 2nd position. Up front, it is all James Tiernan as he has opened up a 2.5 second lead here in heat race number 1.
This makes it look so easy.
Yes, he does, as he's got just a couple more laps to go here. As we've got a battle for 4th position as Wagenschutz is now around Keppel. Just 2 laps to go here in heat race number 1. Oh, Keppel pushes up the track as sorry, not 2 laps to go. 8 lap heat races, my bad. If my lap counter worked, we would have known that, but unfortunately it's not working. Once again, thank you SDK. All right, heat race number 2 on the track. Gridding up, and on the pole is going to be Ryan Avila, and outside of Avila is Wade Fields. Then in row number 2 is Brandon Garman with Zachary Miller, and then starting in the 5th position is Glenn McTavish. All right, 5 drivers, 8 laps. Top 4 she'll be going to the feature.
Fields always seems to be pretty quick in these cars, and the guy in the pole, I've never actually raced with him. I don't know. Obviously, he's pretty fast.
Avila is fast, and he is definitely good. He is a pro driver. In the sprint cars, I believe, but I could be wrong about that.
Green flag.
And we are underway Avila with a nice jump there on Fields as he looks to the inside going into turn number 3. Fields hooked up as he's got to run out of 2, looking to the inside of Avila. Fields in that 71 Indy race car looking to the inside, not able to get around Avila as Avila gets the run off of 4 and able to duck inside there. Fields looking down low once again, seeing if he can get a run on the 49 car of Avila, but Avila's got that high side working as we've got just 2 laps to go here in heat race number 2.
The bottom isn't quite there now.
Now you'll see the bottom probably come back in as the top gets pushed up higher and higher, which will probably happen with the way these guys have been running. And Ryan Avila is going to get the win here in heat race number 2, followed by Wade Fields, Brandon Garman, Glenn McTavish, and Zachary Miller.
You could see Fields when you would get down there and he hit it just right. He'd get a heck of a run off the bottom, but it's super thin and makes it really hard to hit.
Yes, it does. You got to hit it perfect, and it's really hard to hit it perfect, especially when your left front's hitting that berm down low. All right, heat race number 3 is now on the track as we've got Braden Eiler on the pole, and outside of Eiler is Jake Sonntag. Then in row number 2, it's going to be Justin Sherman with Bruce Klingen. And then in the 5th position, we've got Ted York. So 5 drivers, 8 laps, top 4 to the feature.
Man, what a stacked heat race.
Green, green, green.
And we are underway as Eiler gets a heck of a jump there on the field. As Sonntag in second, followed by Sherman, York, and Klingen.
He's down there trying to hit that bottom line. Same thing, when he hits it, man, he catches right up, but when he misses, it's not easy.
And Braden Eiler there tags the wall, but is able to pull away, but that did allow Sonntag to close the gap on him. Eiler now goes to the bottom and is able to hit it really good, as that's going to open up the gap there. Oh, as he catches it, gets a little bit sideways. Able to keep going, though. As apparently it doesn't matter what he does in that 5 car, he can bounce it off the wall or the berm and keep on going.
Top 3 all in on the bottom.
Last lap here for Braden Eiler as he hits 3 and 4 and takes the checkered flag. So Braden Eiler, your winner, followed by Jake Sonntag, Justin Sherman, Ted York, and Bruce Klingen. All right. Next heat race is now greeting up on the track. As we've got Patrick Cobb on the pole, and outside of Cobb is going to be Brandon Surratt. Then in row number 2, Ernie Williams Jr., followed by Randy Shreves, and then in the 5th position is Ken Borey.
Definitely appears like there's two solid lines forming right now.
Yeah, the track does seem to be a two-groove track, and just a matter of which one you can hit the best. As in the last heat race, we saw everybody going down low, but I do think we'll see that top come in. If you can get a decent cushion up there, it can be fast. I always preferred to run the top later on here at the Chili Bowl just because I always hit the berm on the bottom when the track gets slick.
That's the same thing I do. I like to put it up the wall.
Green, green, green.
All right, green flag, and we are underway. As Cobb gets a good jump there on Surt, but Surt right behind him, looking to get around him as he gets a little tight heading into 3 and 4 there. Oh, and Cobb catches that berm and then pushes up into the wall, able to recover and get into third place there, but that's going to hurt as he drops a couple of positions, opening the door for Brandon Surt to take the lead.
Looks like his car might be broke.
Yeah, that's definitely possible the way he plowed into that wall like that. Tough break for Cobb as he's going to drop all the way back to the 5th position. But right now up front it's Brandon Surt, and he's just going right through the slick, and it doesn't seem to be slowing him down at all as he's opened up about a 1 second lead over second place Randy Shreves.
Yeah, it's nice when you can just run right through the middle and be safe and not have to worry about the berm on the wall.
Yeah, if you can get it to work, go for it. And right now, he's got it working.
Takes a lot of throttle control.
And that's going to do it for heat race number 4 as Brandon Surt gets the win, followed by Randy Shreves, Ernie Williams Jr., and Patrick Cobb.
This heat races seem like they went super fast.
Yeah, they did. Well, 8 laps does go by pretty fast here.
Yeah, this track's really small, I guess, compared to what were we at over
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
we were last week.
Yeah, 0.2 of a mile, not very big. Less than a quarter. All
Doesn't
right.
take-
Consolation is now gridding up. Like I said, I do believe everybody is going to the feature.
It says it's only taken 3 from this to the V main.
Only taking 3 drivers from this to the B main. This
Yeah.
is the C main?
Yeah, they're running the soup tonight, I guess.
Oh. Well, then they must have only taken...
They took 2 from each heat.
Oh, okay. Well, I was wrong about that. I thought they were taking 4.
Not very often we get to go through the soup.
Well, that's the thing about the Bragging Rights series. It changes its format literally every week.
Green, green,
All
green.
right, green flag, and we are underway as Patrick Cobb now gets out in front of Greg Keppel, Bruce Klingen, Zach Miller, and Ken Borey. Klingen up into that 3rd and final transfer spot as he gets a little loose there, but he's able to drive out of it. Oh, and he gets together there with Keppel in the 38, and that's going to open a door as now Zachary Miller gets into that 3rd place position. Klingen up top, pulling away as we've got a 3-car battle here shaping up for our 3rd and final transfer spot in the C main. Is Ken Borey now, he gets into it as he pushes tight there in the corner, opening the door for Keppel to look down low. Keppel then pushes tight, but he's able to make the corner as he pulls out in front. Keppel now with some room, able to try to pull away from Bori, who's breathing down his neck for that third and final transfer spot. Keppel up top with Bori running kind of a cut down line there, looking for a way to get around him. And that's it. This damn lap counter.
That seemed like a very abrupt end there.
Yeah, it was. None of this stuff is even changing or working or anything.
I guess at least it hasn't popped up and we get to stare at the names during the race.
Because I haven't clicked anything, because it's not working.
Now we're taking 12 out of this one.
Which is everybody, because there's only 10 drivers.
Only 10. That's kind of weird that it kicked people out from the sea, isn't it?
Yes, it is. That happens sometimes, unfortunately, with the iRacing constellations. It will do that every once in a while.
So the feature's actually going to be too short of what?
It looks like it, yeah.
Huh.
All right, so our B main is now on the track, as it's going to be Justin Sherman and Brandon Garman with Ryan Wagenschutz and Ernie Williams in row number 2. Ted York, Glenn McTavish in row 3. Row number 4 is going to be Patrick Cobb and Bruce Klingen with Greg Keppel and Matthew Mateer in row number 5. All right, pace truck is off.
Green flag, green flag.
And we are underway as Sherman with the jump there heads right down to the bottom as he's got Garmin all over his backside. Garmin up top, Sherman down low on the berm, able to save it as he pushes up the track and drives away. Garmin now.
Like it helped him.
It actually might have. He was able to open up about a 3/4 of a second gap over second place as Garmin now feeling the pressure from Wagenschutz and Williams Jr. for that second position. Garmin now challenging Sherman for the lead. Sherman on the bottom, Garmin up top. Garmin's got that high side working for him as he's able to close that gap. Oh, as Garmin gets into the back of Sherman, and that's going to send him spinning up into the wall. Tough break for Brandon Garmin as he is up there challenging for the lead.
We got a heck of a run.
Yes, he did, but unfortunately, that's the Chili Bowl. There's just not a lot of room.
There's nowhere to go, and if you enter the corner line, you just get right into the wall.
Yeah, because Klingen up to the 4th place position. Klingen, who came from C main after a tough break in the heat race, is now challenging for 3rd position as he's had that top groove working as he looks down below inside of the number 66 of Wagenschutz. Klingen on the bottom. He looks fast right now. Hopefully he can carry this over into the feature. As Ernie Williams Jr. was able to get around Sherman there and get the win. All right.
You know, being able to run that B main is almost like a little bit of an advantage being able to get out there and check out the track and see how it feels.
That's right. So, quick break before we head over to the feature, and I'm gonna play around with this amazing overlay and see if I can get it to work for at least one portion of tonight's event. So we will be back in just a moment. All right, so got it working. We'll see how long it lasts. So 50 lap A main event now gridding up on the track, and on the pole it's going to be James Tiernan. Outside of Tiernan is Ryan Avila. Then in row number 2 is Braden Eiler, followed by Brandon Surratt. Then in row number 3 we've got Trevor Royer. Outside of Royer is Wade Fields. Row number 4 is going to be Jake Sonatag. Outside of Sonatag is Randy Shreves. Row number 5, your B main winner Ernie Williams Jr. And outside of Williams Jr. is Justin Sherman. Row number 6 is going to be Ryan Wagenschutz, and outside of Wagenschutz is Bruce Klingen. Then we've got York, Keppel, Cobb, McTavish, Garmin, and Mateer. So, pace truck is off, 50 laps, and we are underway. As Tiernan gets down early, but he's got Avila charging from the outside, and Avila looks like he's going to get the lead here on lap number 1. Tiernan rolling that bottom, but the high line seems to be working for Avila as we've got a caution on the track. And it looks like we had car get up into the wall there, so tough break there.
Who's the pick for this one?
I gotta go with Tiernan, man. It's hard to pick against him in these midgets. You know, Avila's a pro, but I don't know. Maybe it's because Tiernan's kicked my butt so many times in the midgets, but that's my pick.
Yep, I would agree.
Vert midgets and non-wing sprint cars, hard to pick against him.
It really is.
All right, pace truck is off, and we are back underway. As Avila gets a nice jump there, heads up to that high side.
All right, man, caution is out. Caution is out.
And caution on the speedway once again. Oh, and it looks like Ted York just got a little sideways there and lost control of it.
It's
Tough
not very
break.
forgiving if you get a little sideways like that.
No, they are not, especially with the way most of these setups are, with them being low air pressures in the back. These cars can be extremely unstable once that front end picks up.
So these cars are what you used to work on a lot, right?
Yes.
So what would your driver do if you put a setup like what they're running right now in it?
He'd probably call the cops and have me convicted for attempted manslaughter. So there are some things that we actually did do in real life. The setups are kind of close to real life, but there's a few things that are not. Especially when it comes to the shocks. A lot of times with the shocks, we're actually much more aggressive in real life, and with the bars too. We would run a lot more bar split than they run on the sim, and our shocks would be, especially on the front, a lot of times we would actually have, on a track like this, we'd be running easy up shocks on the front. We would have like a 1 on the rebound, not a 4 or 5. So there are some things that are fairly accurate, but hopefully it'll be even better when they update it here in the coming months. Anyways, back on track. It is a 2-car race for the lead right now, as Ryan Avila has pulled out a nice sized gap over the rest of the field, with James Tiernan right behind him, as they've got a 2.5 lead over third place Brandon Surratt, who's got his hands full right now with Braden Eiler. Eiler continuing his trend from the heat race, as he's bouncing off of everything in sight, but it does not seem to be slowing him down, as we've got another caution on the speedway.
He bounces off the wall, bounces off the bottom. He does it in every car I've ever seen him run. He just goes on.
Oh, and it looks like Patrick Cobb lost control and got into Brandon Garman, who was an innocent bystander there. Tough break. Hopefully his car is not broken. All right, so your running order right now is not what it says there. Ryan Avila in first, followed by James Tiernan, Brandon Surratt, Braden Eiler, Trevor Royer, Jake Sonatek, Ernie Williams Jr., Randy Shreves, Justin Sherman, and Bruce Klingen rounding out the top 10. All right. And we are now underway once again, as Avila gets another good start, with Tiernan right behind him, as both Surratt and Eiler looking to reel him in. As Eiler's now got his hands full, with Trevor Royer looking to get that 4th place position. Eiler up top, Royer down low.
lap by lap by lap.
Yes, they are. They are really close when it comes to their time. Within a tenth of each other each and every lap. Neither one of them seem to be able to get the upper hand right now. As Avila's got the upper hand, I should say, as he's in the lead. But Tiernan looking to reel him in, trying a different line. But as these two guys are battling, Brandon Surratt's slowly closing in on him. That 1.5 second gap is now closed down to just 0.6 of a second. Avila up on the wall, trying the high side in 1 and 2, and then it looks like a slider line here in 3 and 4, and it seems to be working for him. As these guys are searching all over the place, trying to find a line to work. As we've got 30 laps to go here in this 50-lap main event. Ryan Avila trying to hold off the charge from James Tiernan as they're now starting to catch lap traffic, which is definitely going to be coming into play.
It's like Tiernan's getting that bottom to work again.
He is. As that high side gets higher and higher, that bottom will start to come back in, but these guys are running that slider line. As Royer was able to get around Eiler for that 4th place position, as he now looks to pull in 3rd place Brandon Surratt, as Eiler's now got his hands full with Jake Sonntag and Ernie Williams Jr.
All right, man, caution is out.
And
Caution is
we've
out.
got another caution here on the speedway. Let's take a look and see what happened.
I think that caution is exactly what Royer wanted.
Oh, and Mateer just got a little bit of a run there and got into the wall, and that was right in front of the leaders. Luckily, it did not collect anybody, so that's good.
Once Royer got around Eiler there, he was like a shot out of a cannon.
Yeah, Royer's definitely been getting faster over the last 10 laps. It'll be interesting to see what he can do now as we've got the field bunched back up. No lap traffic for Avila to deal with now as he's got clean track ahead of him. As the pace truck is off and we are set to go back underway. Avila got a good jump that time over Tiernan. As Royer's up high, and now Eiler down on the bottom as they're 3 wide out of turn 4. That's going to work here at the Chili Bowl as Eiler able to get out in front of both of them.
We got a heck of a battle going on.
Surratt now down to 5th as Royer up on the cushion, trying to make his way back up towards that top 3. Eiler, who had fallen all the way back to almost 6th position, is now back up to 3rd after the restart, as he's now got that bottom side working for him.
Somebody just went flipping.
All right, man, caution is out. Caution is out.
And we've got another caution
Royer
on the track.
I think it was Royer got up just a little too high.
Oh, and Trevor Royer caught the wall there. Big flip.
Oh, man. Sonntag gave him a ride.
Tough break for Trevor Royer there, as he's definitely got some damage on that car. Not only that, he's lost a ton of track position.
That's the Chili Bowl for you. Just
Yeah.
barely miss your entry and you're into the wall.
All right, as we've got 22 laps remaining when we go green next time. And it's going to be Ryan Avila, followed by James Tiernan, Braden Eiler, Brandon Surratt, and Jake Sonntag, rounding out your top 5. with Ernie Williams Jr., Justin Sherman, Randy Shreves, Bruce Klingen, and Ryan Wagenschutz in the top 10. Sherman looking to hop up into that 6th place position as he's trying to get around Williams, but Williams now looking to the inside of Sonatag. Sonatag up on that high side. Williams going right through the slick, and he's got it working for himself. Ernie Williams Jr., who started in the 10th position, is up to 6th. Not known for his midget driving, but he's been running everything in the Bragging Rights League and doing well. Looking to take home a top 5 tonight, as we've now got a lead change as James Tiernan was able to get around Ryan Avila, and we've got a caution on the track. Three wide there. Oh, and Wagenschutz gets into the walls almost exactly the same way that Royer did. And unfortunately, Wagenschutz did not land on his wheels, so tough break for Wagenschutz, as that's going to end his night prematurely.
Yep, that looked like the same thing.
But James Tiernan was able to get the lead. And now it's going to be Avila trying to get around him. Avila led the first 33 laps of the race, and Tiernan was able to get around him right before that caution flag came out.
This track is so hard to pass on, especially when it's slick like this.
Yes, it is. We'll have to see if Avila can return the favor and get around the 98 car of Tiernan. Don't forget about Braden Eiler. He's been strong these last 10 laps.
Green flag, green flag.
Tiernan jumps that inside berm there, but it doesn't seem to slow him down any as he gets a good run off of two. Avila drives it in deep, running that slider line as he's going all the way up to that cushion. But that's opening the door now as Braden Eiler's looking to the inside of Avila, looking to take that 2nd place position.
The high line just seems to have gone away completely.
It's a long distance around.
I guess as soon as I say that, it's right back up.
But Avila's making it work as he's ripping that top as he gets back around Eiler for that 2nd place position. Now as Eiler looks to the inside, trying to return the favor and get that 2nd place spot back. And Tiernan, if he's got a rear view mirror, is probably loving this as he's now opened up almost a 1-second lead over 2nd place.
All right, man, caution is out.
And
Caution
we've got
is out.
another caution on the speedway.
The lead is gone.
Oh, and it looks like Patrick Cobb's got a failure of some kind as he just pulled off the track and the caution came out. So, not sure what happened there, but brings out the caution. That's going to give Avila another shot here as he's able to maintain that 2nd place position over Braden Eiler.
We're going to call it a broken shot. That's what we're going to call it.
There we go. All right, we're going to have, looks like 10 laps to go when the green flag drops as we've got James Tiernan, Ryan Avila, Braden Eiler, Brandon Surratt, and Jake Sonatag rounding out your top 5. And we are back underway as this time all 3 leaders go to the bottom. Eiler looking to the inside of Avila, trying to get around him as he goes back up to the top. We've got 9 laps to go here in this 50-lap main event as Eiler now gets around Avila and caution on the speedway once again. looks like, oh, Brandon Garmin in the 18 car, tough break, as he had actually moved up 9 spots before that incident there. So tough break for Garmin in the 18 car, as he was actually charging up to a top 10 finish.
Looked like he just got the wall there down the front stretch, and it's enough to upset the car where you can't make the turn.
Yeah, it's hard to turn when the right rear's against the wall. But that's how high you got to be if you want to run the cushion here.
It's a lot more fun up there, but it's a lot easier to mess up.
Yes, it is. All right, we'll see if Braden Eiler's going to have anything for James Tiernan, as we've got 8 laps to go here. Eiler, ooh, gets into the back. Tiernan able to hold on, but that's going to open up a little bit of a gap. Surratt now looking to move up into that 3rd place position and snag a podium, as we've just got 7 laps to go here in this 50-lap main event. And caution on the speedway once again. Oh, and it looked like that was Greg Keppel.
Like Sherman's in the infield too. Sherman must have been at last caution.
All right, pace truck is off as we are in the closing laps of the race, as James Tiernan leads us down to the green flag with just 6 laps remaining. Eiler slides it in there, not able to get it to stick, as that's going to cost him a couple of tenths there, as he falls back as James Tiernan slowly pulls away from 2nd place Braden Eiler. Avila now on the charges. He's looking to get around Eiler for that 2nd place position, and Surratt looking to grab third from Avila, as we've got a caution on the track once again. Oh, and Keppel in the 38 car. Another victim of the turn 3 wall, as so many have found out tonight that it is unforgiving when you get up there and tag it.
That cushion's probably completely gone there from the guys going through it. Definitely doesn't seem to be holding anybody on there.
No, it doesn't. You got to pretty much slide up to it the way Avila's been doing in that 49 car for the last 20 laps. There's not a whole lot left to grab you. It's pretty much just fluff up there right now.
Avila's definitely making it work.
All right. 4 laps to go as we are back underway. 3 laps to go, excuse me, as James Tiernan, your leader, followed by Braden Eiler and Ryan Avila. Avila now charging, trying to get that 2nd place position from Eiler, as Eiler's looking to get the lead here, but he's not going to do it, as he's got his hands full behind him, as Avila now up on the top side, got it working, looking to make a late race charge here. But I don't think it's going to be enough, as James Tiernan out of turn 4 is going to get the win in tonight's NARC Bragging Rights Series event at the Chili Bowl.
He just made that look easy.
All right, so your winner, James Tiernan, followed by Braden Eiler, Ryan Avila, Jake Sonatag, Brandon Surt, rounding out the top five with Randy Shreves, Bruce Klingen, Greg Keppel, Trevor Royer, and Glenn McTavish rounding out your top 10. And then it's going to be Justin Sherman, Brandon Garment, Ernie Williams Jr., Patrick Cobb, Ryan Wagenschutz, Matthew Mateer, Ted York, and Wade Fields. All right, so we'll see if we can talk to our winner tonight, as we've got tonight's winner, James Tiernan, with us. James, started
Yes,
off
sir.
in second place. You were battling hard lap after lap with Avila, and you were finally able to get around him. What was it that you were doing there to try to get around him, and how'd you finally make that pass and hold on for the win?
I was really just waiting for that bottom line to come in. You can see me earlier in the race kind of seeing if I can get that thing working, see if there's any speed there. And right around just after the halfway point, it kind of finally came in, and that's where my car was set up for. So as soon as that was good, I was good. And, myself, Eiler, and, some others in that race were on the same setup as me, and yeah, Eiler kind of got brought through too as soon as that bottom lane was opened up. So all went according to plan. Probably took a little bit too much fuel, and that kind of hurt us, especially here. Makes you real tight, but can't complain. Yeah, pretty smooth sailing.
Yes, it was. Like Bryce said, made it look easy, as the great ones do. So yeah, good win for you tonight. Before we let you go, do you got any friends, family, sponsors you want to thank?
Oh yeah. First and foremost, I'd like to thank Elbows Up SimSport. I'd like to thank Roofco/Ergot Real Estate, Flow Racing, Anderson Speedway, Motorsports Beat, Jessup Logistics, Paint by the Tuna Can, BS Air, Over the Wall Photography, Catch Fence Apparel, and Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. Finally, I'd like to thank you, Tommy Brendan, and everyone at NARC for putting this all together, and thank you guys for doing the broadcast as well. It's super cool having this bragging rights series where we kind of get the famous parts of dirt racing and kind of, get to do them week in, week out. So
All right, man.
thank you.
Well, you're welcome. Awesome run tonight, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
Yep, will do.
All right, that was James Tiernan, your winner tonight, as we are now joined in the booth by tonight's second place finisher, Braden Eiler. Braden, at the start of the race, you were falling back, you lost some positions, and then you were able to climb back up into second place. What was going on there when you were losing those spots, and how were you able to get them back and ultimately challenge for the lead towards the end?
I just had I had no grip there in the beginning, and I was every time I felt like slider line was just very dominant in the beginning stages of the race, and then every time I ran it, I just felt like I was blowing the tires off of it, no matter how much I used the auto control, it just wasn't working for me at all. So that halfway yellow came out, and I made some shock adjustments under caution, and it seemed to definitely hook up on the bottom better, and I kind of, took the top out of the picture and was just going to play my cards down low.
Well, you definitely played him right, scoring a second place finish, and ultimately had a shot there for the win. So awesome run tonight. Before we let you go, do you got any sponsors, family, friends you want to thank?
Yeah, I just got to, first of all, thank James Tiernan, because he's kind of the ace in our camp as far as this stuff goes. So I kind of just hopped in and took what he had, and he kind of gave me a few tips on how to run this place whenever it gets dead slick like that, and it definitely paid off. So I got to thank him. Thank everybody elbows up, Flow Racing, Maverick Simulations, Wicked Brands, Jessup Logistics, everybody else that supports us, and I appreciate SSR and ARC for putting the league on.
All right, man. Good run tonight, and hopefully we'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's Braden Eiler, your second place finisher, as we now got tonight's third place finisher, Ryan Avila. Ryan, you started off strong. You led the first, probably 30 laps of the race. Uh, what was going on during the first half of that race that you were so strong, and what were you doing there towards the end to try to get that lead back from Tiernan?
Yeah, he definitely set up for the bottom. I could sense it. Like at the beginning, he was keeping up with me, but he just never could get the nose there. I definitely set up early that race. Never thought it would go to the bottom as well. It went to slider for the first 40, 35 laps. So, I had something for him, but just wasn't built for the bottom.
Well, as I mean, this track it's a tough one to predict, especially when, like you said, that slider line's going the way that it is. And yeah, we were wondering if he was going to get around you. You were definitely strong the first half of that race. So unfortunately, I mean, race was about 10 laps too long for you, but you were able to still score a podium finish and put it on the box tonight. So awesome run overall. Before we let you go, do you got any family, friends, sponsors you want to thank?
Just my mom and dad and Clayton Tilly at speedshot51.com. Momentum Sim Sport with the teammates that I have. It's just wonderful over there. Trackside Collective, Tiltec Racing Products, Verdict Clothing, CT Designs, and CD Cinematography for what they do for the team and myself personally.
All right, man. Well, awesome run tonight, and yeah, hopefully we'll see you soon.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. All right, so that's going to round out your podium finishers for tonight, as once again, we've got James Tiernan with the win in the NARC Bragging Rights Dirt Midget race here at the Chili Bowl, presented by Garmin Properties. And second place, Braden Eiler. Third place, Ryan Avila. Jake Sonatag in fourth. Brandon Surratt in fifth. Randy Shreve sixth. Bruce Kling seventh. Greg Keppel eighth. Trevor Royer ninth. And Glenn McTavish rounding out the top 10. So that's going to do it all for tonight's event. As next week, I want to make sure I say this correctly, because I think next week the bragging rights is, nope, we are running. Good thing I looked it up. So next week we've got the big block modifieds running at Lernerville, and it will be a 100-lap race. That's right, you heard me. 100 laps in the big blocks at Lernerville, next week's NARC bragging rights series event, presented by Garmin Properties. So that's going to do it all from the Chili Bowl. My name is Thomas Brandon. Thank you very much for joining us. Bryce, thank you very much for being in the booth with me.
It was fun. I'm excited for the 100 lapper next week.
Yes, me too. It'll definitely be a show to remember. So that's going to do it. This is the eSports Racing Network. Thank you very much for joining us, and until next time, take care.